Are you evaluating Prisma Cloud for a new cloud security program or considering a switch from your current CNAPP? In this review, we will explain what Prisma Cloud does, how it works, where it excels, where it may fall short, how it is priced, and which alternatives you should compare before making a decision. Let us start with the basics. Prisma Cloud is Palo Alto Networks' cloud-native application protection platform. CNAPP is a term from Gartner that combines multiple capabilities into one platform. The major building blocks are CSPM for Cloud Security Posture Management, CWPP for Workload Protection, CIEM for Cloud Identity Entitlement Management, DSPM for Data Security Posture, and shift-left tooling that brings security into development pipelines and infrastructure as code. Prisma Cloud is designed to follow your applications from code to build to deploy to runtime across AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, and private clouds. Prisma Cloud did not originate as a single product. Palo Alto Networks assembled it through acquisitions beginning in 2018. Twistlock brought container and Kubernetes runtime security, image scanning, and a Defender agent model for deep protection. RedLock contributed cloud configuration and threat analytics for posture management across AWS, Azure, and GCP. Bridgecrew added shift-left security, policy as code, and automated remediation within developer workflows. These technologies were integrated under a centralized SaaS control plane while preserving optional self-hosted components for Prisma Cloud Compute where customers want more control. A frequent question is whether Prisma Cloud uses AI or machine learning. The answer is yes. Palo Alto Networks applies machine learning to correlate misconfigurations with exploitability signals, rank risks, and detect anomalous behavior. This is visible in posture analytics, threat detection, and intelligent alert reduction that emphasizes attack paths, excessive permissions, and vulnerabilities with reachable paths from the internet or from lateral movement. Bridgecrew applies automation to suggest fixes as code so teams can remediate early in the development process. Now let us break down the core modules. CSPM continuously assesses cloud accounts against industry frameworks like CIS benchmarks, NIST, ISO 27001, SOC2, HITRUST, and PCI DSS. It identifies misconfigurations such as open S3 buckets, public storage containers, permissive security groups, and risky key management practices. It provides multi-cloud inventory, asset relationships, and compliance reporting that auditors can trace back to evidence. CWPP protects workloads, virtual machines, containers, Kubernetes pods, and serverless functions. Prisma Cloud scans container images and registries, checks base images for vulnerabilities and malware, and enforces admission controls for Kubernetes. At runtime, Defender agents provide process, file system, and network-based protection, runtime rule enforcement, and web application and API security for east-west and north-south traffic. For teams that prefer a fast start, Prisma Cloud also supports agentless scanning so you can discover workloads and evaluate risk without deploying software on day one. Then layer agents where you need prevention and deep telemetry. CIEM focuses on identities, roles, and permissions across IAM in AWS, Azure AD, and GCP. It maps effective permissions, highlights dormant or overprivileged roles, and recommends least privilege policies. This helps reduce the blast radius of compromised credentials and closes gaps created by growth in service accounts, machine identities, and federated users. DSPM discovers and classifies data across cloud object stores and databases. It helps you locate sensitive data, understand data exposures, enforce encryption and access controls, and prioritize remediation where sensitive data is internet exposed or shared across tenants. This is essential for privacy programs and for aligning with regulations. Shift-left security with Bridgecrew connects policy and enforcement to your code. It scans Terraform, CloudFormation, ARM templates, Bicep, Kubernetes manifests, Helm charts, and Docker files to block risky configurations before they reach production. It fits into GitHub Actions, GitLab CI, Jenkins, and Azure DevOps. Developers receive pull request comments with recommended fixes, and teams can adopt policy as code using Open Policy Agent and custom rules. Drift detection ensures the infrastructure that runs in the cloud continues to match what is defined in code. Integration is a core strength. Prisma Cloud exports findings to SIEM and XDR platforms like Splunk and Cortex XSIAM. It opens tickets in Jira and ServiceNow with precise remediation steps. It connects to container registries such as Amazon ECR, Google Artifact Registry, Azure Container Registry, and Docker Hub. For Kubernetes, it supports Amazon EKS, Azure AKS,
Google GKE, and self-managed clusters with both admission controls and runtime defense. For secrets and key management, it integrates with AWS KMS, Azure Key Vault, and Google Cloud KMS. How is Prisma Cloud deployed? The control plane is delivered as SaaS by Palo Alto Networks, simplifying onboarding, updates, and multi-cloud visibility. For runtime security, you can choose agentless discovery and scanning, Defender agents for deep protection, or a hybrid. Prisma Cloud Compute can run with a self-hosted console in cases where teams want to manage components within their own environment for regulatory or operational reasons. Let us talk about pricing and licensing. Prisma Cloud is typically sold by modules with a credit-based model that maps to protected assets. Common dimensions include the number of cloud accounts, compute workloads or hours, protected repositories, and data assets. Exact metrics vary by module and contract, and final pricing is quote-based. Expect volume tiers, enterprise features like RBAC and SSO, and optional add-ons for data or identity features. When budgeting, plan a phased rollout starting with posture and agentless visibility. Then add runtime agents in the most critical environments to balance cost and risk reduction. What are the main strengths? Breadth across CSPM, CWPP, CIEM, DSPM, and shift left in one vendor. Mature container and Kubernetes runtime protection inherited from Twistlock. Deep compliance libraries and reporting that map controls to frameworks. Tight alignment with Palo Alto Networks' broader security portfolio, which may simplify vendor management and telemetry sharing for customers already using their next-generation firewalls or Cortex platforms. What are the common challenges? The interface can feel complex because of the platform's modular history, and teams may see overlapping views between posture, vulnerability, and runtime areas. Correlation across modules has improved, but may require careful policy tuning to reduce noise. Cost at large scale can be significant, so it is important to define scope, use risk-based prioritization, and sunset overlapping tools. How does Prisma Cloud compare to alternatives? Wiz and Orca Security popularized agentless CNAPP with strong graph-based attack path analysis and fast time to value. Lacework emphasizes anomaly detection and cloud behavior analytics. Sysdig and Aqua Security are strong in container runtime with deep Linux telemetry. Microsoft Defender for Cloud integrates natively with Azure and has growing multi-cloud reach. Checkpoint CloudGuard and Tenable Cloud Security offer competitive CSPM and policy coverage. If your priority is pure agentless posture and speed, evaluate Wiz or Orca. If you need runtime prevention and developer shift left with policy as code, Prisma Cloud is a strong fit. Who should buy Prisma Cloud? Enterprises that run at scale across multiple clouds, use Kubernetes in production, want to unify cloud security under one vendor, and have a mandate to integrate security into CI and Git workflows. It suits regulated industries needing comprehensive compliance reporting and customers already invested in Palo Alto Networks who want portfolio synergies. If you are a small team seeking minimal setup and posture-only visibility, lighter CNAPPs may deliver faster initial value. How do you evaluate Prisma Cloud effectively? Start with a 30 to 60-day proof of value. Connect a subset of cloud accounts and registries. Enable agentless discovery. Import 2 to 3 critical Kubernetes clusters and deploy Defender agents in non-production. Integrate a single repository to test Bridgecrew policies. Define top risk scenarios such as internet-exposed data, public compute instances with critical vulnerabilities, and overprivileged identities. Measure time to detect, quality of findings, ease of remediation, and integration with your SIEM and ticketing tools. Use these results to build a phased rollout plan and a realistic cost model. In summary, Prisma Cloud is one of the most comprehensive CNAPP platforms on the market. Its combination of posture, identity, data, runtime, and developer shift-left capabilities can reduce risk across the application lifecycle. The trade-offs are complexity and cost that must be managed through scoping, integration, and policy tuning. If you need one platform that spans code to cloud with serious runtime protection for Kubernetes and containers, Prisma Cloud should be on your shortlist.